Afternoon. Sherry from Two Family Homestead here. I found a recipe a couple days ago on the internet, actually in one of my groups that I'm on Facebook. Cream cheese roll-ups in cinnamon sugar. So we're having company tonight. I already have homemade hamburgers already done into patties. I cut up homemade French fries and they're in a bowl of cold water, ready to go in the oven. I purchased a copper crisper to do in the oven, so I'm going to give that a shot tonight. So we'll see how that works out. But this seems like a rather easy recipe. You take white bread and cut the crusts off. And the recipe calls for about 20 slices of bread. Along with that, it takes an 8-ounce package of softened cream cheese. And I have the bowl here ready to go. To the cream cheese, you will add a large egg and 1/4 cup sugar. And get that blended up. Then, because it calls for 1 cup of sugar, you will put the remaining 3/4 cup of sugar into a shallow bowl. I'm using a dinner plate. And I have about a tablespoon and a half of cinnamon here, and I'll put the rest of the 3/4 cup of sugar in here, and I'll get that mixed up because that's what you're going to roll your roll-ups in before you put them in the oven. And it also calls for 1/4 stick of butter, and that you can either put that in a bowl. I have a small ceramic baking dish that'll fit the roll-ups perfectly. Melt this in the microwave, and then you can either use your fingers or a tong and roll your roll-ups once you're done in that, and then put it in the sugar mixture, and then put them on a cookie sheet to put in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these cut off, and then I will be back when I'm ready to spread the cream cheese mixture onto my bread. Well, I have my bread, the crust cut off. The next thing you do is you're going to flatten the bread out to make it quite a bit thinner to be able to roll your make them into cream cheese roll-ups. So that looks pretty flat to me. This isn't easy peasy. If you have little kids in the house, whether it's a boy or a girl, get them involved in baking with you. That's something that'll stick with them for the rest of their lives. Not only did I have my 3 kids help in the kitchen when my older son was old enough and he came home from school and I was still working, and my ex-husband at the time, he was also working. So my daughter, who was the oldest, was there, and I would have my son, I would have instructions, and my son would make dinner. And he did very good. A few times he had to call and ask to explain things, and if I wasn't available at that time, I worked for the phone company, and I worked at the help desk. So if I was on the call with one of our employees with a computer issue, because that's what our help desk was, and whoever answered the phone, and a lot of times it was my coworker Dan, and he was an awesome person. I mean, one time we had luncheon. We all brought in stuff to have lunch, and somebody brought in Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I was sitting there at my desk, eating my fried chicken, and a piece got caught in my throat, and I could not breathe. I couldn't get it up. And Dan, who sat in front of me, came around, and I'm not a small person, but Dan was. And somehow he got his arms around me and latched on like he was supposed to. And he, I think, pulled or pushed on my ribs cage or wherever it was enough where that piece of chicken got unlodged and came up. So, but anyway, get your kids involved. My mother used to always have her grandchildren, whether she was baking bread, they had their own little baking pans, and I still have the metal ones that she used to use. So, like I said, it'll go with them forever. So I have some of the bread rolled up here. So I'm going to take my softened cream cheese, my 1 egg without the shell. Don't need this to be crunchy. And 1/4 of a cup of sugar. Like I said, it takes a whole cup. 1/4 goes in this cream cheese mixture. The other 3/4 goes with the cinnamon. And then blend this up. Now, the bread crusts, I'm going to put in my dehydrator, and I make my own breadcrumbs. So then if I want to season them to make Italian breadcrumbs like they sell in the stores, by all means I can. So they figure about a 1 level tablespoon for each piece of bread. That's about close enough. Nice little spoon that I bought for my granddaughters. So I'll use that and spread it all over the piece of bread. And you're going to take these and you're just going to roll them up. Sort of like you do a pumpkin roll, if you make those for Thanksgiving, Christmas time. And this one I put in a little bit too much. It's coming out the ends, but I don't think that's going to matter. I'll roll another one up. And I'll be back when I'm done with all of these. And we're going to bake them. I bought myself one of those copper crispers, I guess they're called. I'm going to use this to make my French fries with tonight, so I'll let you know how that works. This is a Bed Bath & Beyond brand. It's not the kind that is advertised on TV. It's supposed to do the same thing. And then I will, I think after the French fries, I just might put the roll-ups on this and see how they do. So I will be back. Okay, back again. I have my little roll-ups done. I just melted the butter in the microwave, about 40 seconds. Worked out real well. So I'm going to take a roll-up, Just roll it around in the butter. Then I roll it in the sugar. And put that aside. Do this for all of them. Just roll it around in the butter, get it all sides so they're gooey, so the sugar and cinnamon stick to it. With the cinnamon and sugar, although the ones I was thinking of were fried, they have something similar like at Taco Bell. My grandkids used to like. I forget what the name of it is, but I hope these turn out good. Oops. And I can do more when I have the grandkids over for a night. We'll do a summer party and we'll have these for dessert. So once I have all these done, I'm going to put them on the crisper. I did try doing my potatoes in this, but I think because my potatoes were so big, it's taking more than 20 minutes, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see how these work out. If they bake real well with the air circulating. Like they say, it's 360 all the way around. So I'll get these on there. I'll get a few more done. Now, these go in a 350 oven for 15 to 18 minutes. And then we'll be back. See how they taste.
You gotta talk.
Okay.
Oh God, he's panicking.
Hubby's going to taste test the cinnamon roll-ups. You're live.
I'm live?
You're live.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But you have to bite some off. You're not allowed to shove the whole thing in your mouth.
All right.
Down the hatch.
What is this made out of?
I already gave the recipe. You weren't here. You'll have to see the video.
Oh, she acts like my wife.
That way we know we need to eat ours.
Well, so far, so good.
I'm getting the stink eye.
Pretty good.
Oh, it's weird. Must be. It's going in
You
for
went
a
for the
second bite.
Yep. Yep. Must be.
Okay. Well, there you
We're
have
good.
it, folks. Oh, jeez.
Now the rest of us are.
Okay, yeah. Now we know they're safe. So Stedhomer and Mrs. Stedhomer and me, we can eat ours and we can go back for seconds. So
I think I'm still going to wait 5 seconds
thank
more.
you for viewing. Bon appetit.
No,
Subscribe.
we're it's bony appetite.
Bony appetite. Subscribe. Like us. Share us with your friends, your enemies. And have a good day. So here's my review on this Gotham Steel crisper tray. This is the one you can get at Bed Bath & Beyond. If you use a 20% coupon, it's here in Ohio it would be a little bit over $17 with tax. I made cinnamon roll-ups in it tonight. The roll-ups were covered in butter, then cinnamon and sugar. And as you can see, I think a lot of the cinnamon sugar dripped down to the bottom while they were cooking, but it's going to be very easy to clean off. And then some of them did stick, some of the roll-up, and it's made out of bread, did stick to the tray. But all in all, it came out wonderful. They were delicious little treats for dessert, and they did bake all the way around. I didn't have to turn them at all, so I give this a thumbs up, and I definitely would say, yeah, this is a good buy going to Bed Bath & Beyond for their crisper tray.